But for me, I'm going through, I'm separated now. I'm going through divorce. I've come out of a 24-year relationship with my wife, and she basically told me that she didn't care. She didn't care anymore about me. But the only people who have cared has been a gay couple who, according to some people on YouTube and other websites, would be the least likely people to care about a straight person with troubles. And I've got to say, if it hadn't been for this gay guy, this gay partner, and their general willingness to love people, I wouldn't be here. But even more so, from my point of view, having come out of the 24-year relationship, to discover that two men can actually love people, love each other more than a heterosexual couple can. That makes you think. And from what I've established now is that there are gay people out there who don't have partners. There are gay people out there who have never had any form of sex. There are gay people out there who fall into a variety of different categories. And then there's also bisexual people who like both, but really sex, and men divide this more easily. Sex is sex. Love is love. They're two different things. How to get all this across? I've been doing battle on YouTube with an awful lot of really bigoted people. I mean, any kind of category really. I mean, Nazis, there's an awful lot of, and there's a Bible bashing group, which is all the guys who are girls who recite chapters of Corinthians, John, Leviticus. And what these people are reading from is they're reading from a dumbed down version of the Bible. It's like a Bible comic with pictures, which has no real relationship to what was originally written in the Greek, the Aramaic, the Hebrew, etc. And a lot of the terms have been mistranslated with someone else's agenda on there to say, from an early age, because you'll get this at school, you get this in primary school, to say you must hate. You're being brought up to say, you must hate this is abnormal, because that suits the state. And when the state or the church can tell you what to think and how to think without any clear thought from your own saying, what if this and what if that, they're in control of you. Are you smarter than the person who's preaching to you? Are they smarter than you? They're not smarter than you. They're preaching to you because they've been brought up in this, this is what's right, I must preach to you. But you always have this filter available to you that you can say, I believe that, I don't believe that. And if you're just going to go and, there's some classic statements are being made, it's not Adam and Eve, it's not Adam and Steve, it's Adam and Eve. Say, the Bible said, you must be able to procreate, otherwise that's an abnormality, etc. But the Bible's full of shit. And I dare say most religious books, not that I've read that many, are also all full of shit. But the moral thing that comes behind all these things surely is that we should all love each other. If someone is lying in the street bleeding, do you walk past them or do you help? Does it really matter whether they're black, white, Chinese, Pakistani, Jewish, or what have you? It's a measure of your humanity, what you're prepared to do. And definition of integrity, and integrity is doing what you should do, even if no one is looking at you, even if no one is judging you and saying, oh, you should have done that. It's like, without having to have that person saying you should go and help that person, you should go, I'll go and help that person, because that's a measure of your own humanity and your own individuality. And that means you're not just following an indoctrinated path. And it's just so sad that I feel mankind, womankind, humankind really hasn't evolved that much over the centuries. We're still sort of making the same mistakes. We're still doing the same things wrong. that we always have done. You know, it just moves on from group to group. You know, we hate black people because they used to be slaves and we're superior. You know, they're inferior. The black people sort of rise up and we've got black power and fight all against it and stuff. And now you've kind of got the gay thing as being probably sort of the last bastion of people we could possibly hate. You know, we've done the whole woman not being allowed to vote thing, you know, the suffragette movement and all the rest of it. But now it's really a measure of humanity to get rid of all the stupidity that we're dealing with in terms of this finding reasons to hate other people because they're different. So my message really is to celebrate similarities, is to appreciate love and not celebrate differences and hatred. It's very easy to find people to hate. It's very easy to get people to hate you. It's much, much harder to find love and people to love you. And I know to my cost that is the case, but everyone has the right to, you know, find their own way through life. My personal belief is, I believe in everyone's right to believe in what they want, so long as they don't try and enforce that on me. And where some Christian zealots are saying, well, we don't believe that gay pride, you know, has any validity. We don't think gay people should be running up and down the streets and taking their shirts off and saying, woohoo, you know, we're gay, we celebrate this. But yet, they think it's okay for themselves to go down the street, get the loud hails out and preach and sing, you know, you're all going to hell if you don't do what we say. Because, well, we don't really know why, but we've got a book that says something along those lines. So, you know, if you're gullible enough, come follow us. Anyway, that's kind of my amateurish rant. I haven't got a script or anything. I'm just me being me, and hopefully get the message what I was trying to put across. There you go. All right. Cheers.